What is going on? What is going on, Cowboys Nation? We are live again. It's been about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's been about 2 weeks. Captain Rob, I missed you, man. What is going on with you, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey man, what's up, man? Exciting times coming up. Can't wait for today's show. Let's get
Yeah.
to it. Love it, dog.
Hey, it's so awesome because when you get to the NFL Combine, the good thing is, man, we're doing these live streams, we're doing breakdowns, a lot of good football that we're doing right now. It makes time go by fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the good thing is, whenever you can, you can jump on, and we're doing our homework when it comes down to all these draft prospects. Once we get to the draft, everything is gravy. So much stuff that's going on within these players, and everybody got the leg up on everything. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes.
Yeah, it just makes it exciting, you know what I'm saying? And like, hey yo, I'm pretty sure this is our 1 year anniversary, dog, doing these live streams, man. Hey,
I know,
hey,
right? Hey, look, it's so. I know, right? Hey, look, man, you gotta get a little toast for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm gonna go grab my beer in a second.
Hey, look, it's crazy how time flies, man, but it's so awesome to, just have that Cowboys community. I ain't been live in the last couple of weeks, but it's all good. My man passed away, man. Rest in peace to Lonnie Love. There's been so much that's been going on. But, when you get on here and we get together, it's just always good energy and always good information that we send out to Cowboys Nation.
Yeah, man, tonight's going to be fun.
Yeah, most definitely.
Lots to talk about.
Right. Hey, shout out to DC for Life, Texas. What's going on? Shout out to Kelvin Willis. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Eastside. What's up, Eastside? What's going on, man? Double live. What it do, y'all? What it do, man? It's been a long time. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok side as well. All right, I definitely want to get into it, man. We got to get into Dak Prescott, and it's been a lot of talking heads as far as his extension. And I feel as though that he's deserving of an extension. But the thing is, I know how the NFL goes. Dak Prescott, he does have the talent. He has what it takes. I believe that if you can build around this guy, he can get it done. But it's been a lot, though. It's been a lot. We have to keep it real when it comes down to the JC Cowboys Network. He's going to have to do it. He's going to have to do it because it's been years and years and years with Dak Prescott.
And years.
Hey, bro, look, the only people that can complain about Dak Prescott is us. I don't want to hear about it from Eagles fans. I don't want to hear about it from the Giants. Yeah, bro.
Don't talk about my quarterback.
Exactly. So the thing is with him, man, I just feel as though that if this team don't get it done as soon as possible, that's when you run into trouble. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to get it done. And I feel as though with what he has done for our team, get it done so we can be able to get more money and we can go out there and get better in free agency, bro.
Yo, Iceberg Slim, appreciate that shout out.
Hey, shout out to Iceberg Slim, man. Yeah. Oh, look. Hey, yeah, he remembered that too. Hey, what's up, Iceberg? Hey, look, Iceberg, man. I've been doing all these breakdowns. I ain't seen you on this, John. We've been coming out here with them official breakdowns, man. I missed you, man.
No. So, we're gonna talk about our playmakers here in a little bit, but Dak Prescott. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, I love Dak Prescott, dog, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, having defended Dak Prescott is like a full-time job, dog. Like you ain't gonna talk about my quarterback, but bruh, a lot of people got a lot of bad things to say about the defense in the playoff game, but which the defense played horrible. I ain't sugarcoat that at all.
Defense played horrible.
They mopped all the way up. We're trying to make a comeback in the second half. And they just mopping out, just getting run over, like stank. But we're in this position because we have faith in this quarterback that's just routinely not doing it for us in big time games, right? We get out, we start the game off horribly, right? It's 7-0, and then it's a 3-and-out, and then our defense does a job. They hold them to 3-and-out, and then we get the ball back. And then it's a pick, 14-0. And then at the very least, you got to make it to like at least 14-3. Nope. 3-and-out, right? Then they came back down and made it 20-0. Again, defense mopping out, right? Then we got like one more real good shot to be back in this game. We're driving down the field. I think we just crossed the 50. And then boom, pick six. That's not Marquise Bell throwing the pick six, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, I love Dak, but I'm tired, bro. I'm
Nah,
tired.
listen, that's what. Look, the thing is with us, bro. That's why I say when it comes down to us, man, we keep it real. In the JC Network, we got a lot of love for Dak Prescott, but I just feel as though that the time is now. That's why you get to these tight situations right now with the extension. They don't know if they want to do it. You hear people saying that they might do it. There's so many talking heads out here.
Right.
At this point now, you got so much talent at your disposal right now. When you get these guys that's coming in free agency as well as inside the draft, when you look at Mike McCarthy and Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer, hey, everybody's playing on a 1-year deal. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, bro, I think that sometimes brings the best out of players and out of coaches.
Completely agree. And so I'm gonna have like several reasons for why I like I'm gonna have several reasons for the reason why I like the restructure of Dak Prescott over the extension, right? And that's just one of them, right? Like putting this guy on a 1-year contract, it's like, yo, man, shit's not sweet here, right? You think you have so much leverage over the Cowboys because if you hit free agency, you're gonna get some sort of big, like you're gonna get the number one money in the league. I don't know, I'm stuttering right now. I need to get a beer. but like, it's like, yo, why do you think that, man? Like other teams see you like what you're doing right now, right? You're putting up great numbers in the regular season. But if you're going to pay, who's the team that is a quarterback away that's going to give Dak Prescott $60 million? So that's what I'm saying. Like, hold him.
Well, I don't know, but when you think about it, I don't know. The Steelers, I don't think they are a quarterback away, but teams will bite for him, though, bro. You don't want things like that to happen. That's why I say with me, bro, it's so hard to be able to find quarterbacks in this league. But at this point now, all of us, man, Cowboys Nation, we've been fighting for this dude year in and year out, but we got to keep it real with ourselves. We do know that it's hard to find a quarterback in this league, but the time is now. Time is ticking, bro, and it's closing for a lot of these big-time players. I know that we've been talking about the draft, and we will get into that. We will get into the film sessions and all that good stuff, but the main core is guys like Dak Prescott, guys like DeMarcus Lawrence. They got to be able to step up, man. And I think they're calling for what, $60 million a year?
$60 million will make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. So, Jason, let me ask you a question, bro. Like, what if we extend him, right? We give him like a mega deal, 5 years, right? First of all, that's going to put him at age 34, right? That's not exactly young, right? And then what if we mop out again next year? And then the year after that again, right? Because we can't pay other players, we can't put the talent around Dak Prescott. What if we mop out again? And they're having the same old fight and dance. Why are we paying Dak Prescott so much money? Why are we doing? Why are the Cowboys being held back by Dak Prescott? I don't want to go through that. I'm ready to give Dak Prescott one more chance. Everything that we're about to say tonight is predicated around 2024 and winning a championship. I do not care about 2025. Right?
Yeah, this team has to win now, man.
Win now, and especially when you have a coach that's on a 1-year contract, right? If the new regime comes in, I want them to have all the space and opportunity to like bring in who they want to bring in, right? And not be held back by Dak Prescott, big contract, right? So
yeah, but the thing is, I think that they will bring in who they want to bring in. Like usually, bro, when you have this type of situation now, that's why I think that it's good to see Zimmer and you got Mike McCarthy on a 1-year deal. Sometimes they might be bringing these guys in waves. That's why we're going to talk about the defense. We're going to talk about the offense. At this point now, it's really on the line. That's why I don't want to play the delusional role like everything is sweet. But I think that whenever you have a Dak Prescott where he's not signed, you bring in Trey Lance, you sign, I think they signed him to what, 4.25 million bonus or something like that. I just think that, if you keep on continuing to bring in talent, it's just going to bring the best out of these guys. And Dak Prescott had a hell of a year, bro. You got to add that in there as far as the regular season.
Dak Prescott had a phenomenal year. I think he was like second in the MVP race. Dak Prescott did his thing this year, but we are held to a higher standard in Dallas Land. We need to hold these guys to a higher standard.
Yeah,
to have a year like that makes it even worse to mop out in the first round in the playoffs. Right? Like that makes it worse to me. Like I can see if Dak Prescott had another 15 interception year and we mopped out again, it's like, oh, okay, well, our quarterback's not that tight, right? But we have a tight quarterback. He's dope. He's dope. Dak I trust too. I've been saying that shit for years, but like it's getting harder and harder to defend this dude after 8 years of not even sniffing. So let me give you a scenario. If we make it to the Super Bowl next year and win, I'm giving Dak Prescott a check he can write himself. I don't care, right?
At any price, any number.
Don't give a damn. You give me a championship, I don't care. Don't give a shit.
I'll sign him for $1 billion.
I'm good for the next 10. I'm good for the next 30 years. Apparently, I'm still Cowboys fan for 30 years with no chip, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now let's just say you get to Super Bowl and lose. Now it's like, that's still pretty dope. I'll take a Super Bowl appearance at this point too, right? Now let's just say you get to the NFC Championship game and you lose by a point off some craziness, right? I'd probably extend Dak Prescott after that, right? If you get me to an NFC Championship game and we lose in like a very close game, right? Good football game, instant classic, if you will. I'm gonna extend Dak Prescott. But if you can't make it past the divisional rounds this year,
then that's when it's all gonna blow up, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's when that's why.
And especially if we open up all this cap space by restructuring your contract, we actually bring in dudes and put talent around you, and you don't get us to the NFC Championship game, bro, you have to be done. And I think a lot of these people that are on the fence it's just gonna be 1 year more of Dak Prescott nonsense, and they're gonna jump. They're gonna be like, yo, I'm done with Dak. 9 years, man. 9 years, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been cool.
Hey, shout out to Billis. He said, I feel Dak is amazing, but doesn't know how to step up and figure out a defense in the playoffs. That's my issue, bro. Like, I mean, you can put up so many numbers when it come down to the regular season. At this point now, we already know that these guys can be able to pad stats. I mean, make it look real good when it comes down to the regular season. But at the end of the day, it always matters when the lights are brightest. What are you going to do? Are you going to step up or are you going to fold? So that's where we are with Dak Prescott. He, like I said, he has the talent. He does have the skill set, but it's just the big bright lights, bro, at this point. That's why you see things like the 1 year deal from all of these coaches and stuff like that. So we'll see how it all plays out, bro. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is what we wanted to do, right? So let me go here. Hey, bro, did you want to talk about the cap? Did you want to break that down real quick?
Yeah. So basically, all right, we're at the start of the league year, basically March 1st, basically start of the league year, right? To do what we want to do, right? We have plenty of options, right? There's cuts to be made. There's extensions to be made. There's restructuring to be made. All this is going to create you cap room, right? So all these guys that you keep on hearing about, like, oh man, we're hampered by the cap because we're $3 million over, this and that. Don't listen to all that, man. There's plenty of moves to be done, right? Right. So JC has on the screen right now possible cuts, right? If you were to cut Dak Prescott, right, post June 1st, you saved $34 million. It's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen, right? We're not going to cut Dak. We're not going to trade Dak. We're going to restructure Dak, right? And this is probably due to the $13 million extra in cap space that we just got earlier this week, which is big. But again, don't get too excited because that's big for everybody, right? And Dallas is naturally cheap, right? So I'm still wary.
Look, but they better not be cheap.
Aren't you wary? Aren't you wary on Jerry Jones's all in? Aren't you wary about that? Aren't you like you? What's on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident are you in his?
Hold on. But he kind of took a step back with the all in talk.
Okay,
in his interview,
was that Stephen Jones or
yes, both of them? Both of them. From what I heard, both of them. Right. So it's crazy that now they kind of pivoting and stuff like that. But I still think that they're gonna make moves. It's no way that you have this situation that we're talking about with Mike Zimmer, Mike McCarthy, and all the rest of these guys, and you just sit back. You got to go all in at this point now, man. These guys ain't getting any younger.
Right. And especially after the playoff loss, man. I know Cowboy Nation is with me, and they're demanding answers, dog. They're demanding answers, right? Mm-hmm. So let's break it down, right? Possible cuts, $34 million, right? These are post June 1st cuts that are going to get us the most money, right? DeMarcus Lawrence, $10 million, right? He's on my cut list, right? He's probably not on your cut list.
Hey, bro, how he on your cut list, bro?
because apparently he's tired, JC. He's burnt out. So
man, that's killing me.
I can't pay $10 million on my cap to people that are tired and burnt out. I can't do
it. Yeah. I feel you though, bro. I really do. Because the thing is, man, you just got to keep it real at the end of the day. Like, don't say things like that because we'll chew you alive for real if you not, if you know what I mean, if you doing things like that. We need you to step up.
JC, man, give him a break, man. He's tired. Let him go see.
Nah,
right? So no. So it's not only that, it's the fact that I want a bigger defensive end on that side of the football, right? That's usually your run side of the football. DeMarcus Lawrence is a great run defender, right? But he's getting older, and his cap number is just not intuitive to what I want to do with my football team, right? So DeMarcus Lawrence, $10 million, right? The thing that's definitely going to happen, Micah Gallup's not on this football team. We're going to say
I don't think so neither. I think we will be bringing in another wide receiver. Yeah, because I love Gallup, bro. I really do. I love what he has done on and off the field on the field at one point, but now it's like some people, they just don't get over that injury, and he just hasn't been the same as far as separation and stuff like that. So you can always get better there.
Right. So that's gonna save us 8.5, right? And then I want to get your opinion on this. What do you think about Brandon Cooks? Would you cut him for $8 million extra?
Man.
Like our wide receiver room gets real.
Look, listen. Me personally, like I have. You want me to take this off real quick? Or hang it back on? Okay. So let me know you want me to take it back on. Right, but me personally, I actually like Brandon Cooks. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I understand that a lot of people have been talking about the separation and certain little things like that, but I like what he did after the bye. Usually when you come into the better coaches, when you get into the bye week with the new players that's coming in, if those guys haven't caught on early on within the season, the better coaches can get those guys catching on. And he did have 8 touchdowns. I think he had like 700 yards receiving. I'm not saying that it was like he was off the charts, but the thing is, the first year, this dude stepped up. I watch a lot of film, bro. That's what I do, bro. That's like my niche. So I feel as though that he should be on the team. You said $8 million if we cut him?
$8 million.
That's a lot of money.
but then you just have to replace him. Then you just got to replace him.
Yeah.
And are you just replacing him just for like new?
Hey, shout out. Hey, hold on. Let me go to the comments real quick, man. Hold on. Let me get to my guy.
I'm about to grab my beer. Hold on.
Okay, got you. All right. Shout out to Iceberg Slim. He said JC wide receiver, tight end. Johnny Wilson, 6'7", 237, Florida State. He might be the best route runner in this draft. JC, he plays 6'7", like a 6'7" athlete. Radius insane if he runs a 4.4. Okay, look, man, I'm gonna have to look into that, bro. You already know, man. We've been doing a big time run on all these breakdowns. We got so much going on. Let me see. I think I got a few on here. Hopefully, you guys tapped into my Braylon Allen. I got Braylon Allen. Hopefully you guys tapped into that. We're running in these things in numbers right now. We just got finished doing Graham Barton as well. Definitely like Graham Barton. We will get into Graham Barton. Got a lot of strengths, but he does have a few weaknesses. But as far as guys like Johnny Wilson, I will look into him, bro, because it's crazy now because, when you're looking at these wide receivers and these right tackles, I mean, these guys are 6'8", 6'9". What are these guys eating? What are these guys eating? It's crazy, but we definitely doing our runs, bro. Definitely doing our runs. All right. Shout out to Jazz. What's good, Jazz? What is going on? All right, my man DP said, I'm tired of the BS, of all the BS. Dak is an all-pro, top 3 and everything. Do you know how ridiculous we look to the whole damn sports for debating Dak at this point? Like, for real. I know, bro. I get what you're saying right now. I definitely get what you're saying. That's why I've been defending him for so long. I know that he's fully capable of doing things like this. Ever since 2016, this guy has stepped up. When you have pressure, where you have Tony Romo that's breathing over your neck, and you never gave that position up, I gained so much respect for this guy, and the numbers that he's putting up now, this is the stuff that I've always thought of him. But the main thing is, DP, is getting down to the big game and going out there and stepping up and making it happen. At this point now, it's been 8-9 years for him. That's where we are with Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? But as far as stats and being a top 3 and doing things like that, he gonna put up the numbers, bro.
DP, right. my brother, dog. I gotta piggyback off that. Like, I feel what you're saying, but like, if you go back and look at the Green Bay game, your top 3 quarterback mopped out. Not your top 3. It's my top 3 quarterback too. But I'm just saying, look, man, like, you got to hold this dude's feet to the fire. And I have no problem extending Dak if it gets me to an NFC Championship game after this year. Otherwise, we really have to look at who's in college. Like, we really have to really look at this.
Hey, bro, for real, to be honest, I'll be looking at that now for real. You never want to let any of these players get comfortable. The NFL is not for long, bro. Even though Dak Prescott is our quarterback, you still want to bring in guys. You see guys like Micah Parsons. You still want to bring in pass rushers. You never let these guys get comfortable because it brings the best out of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what I'm saying. But there's a reason why we pick up Trey Lance's option, 4.2, right? Brass is not comfortable with Dak Prescott. They are tired of it too, right? So I'm saying you can fight it all you want, but if this quarterback continues is unable to get us there, right? Hey, they traded Matt Stafford away, right? And that was after 12 years, right? So it's not unprecedented, right?
I think that situation was a little funky though, bro. Something happened there. Happened there. I think
not getting to the playoffs after 12 years. That's a little funky.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not getting to the playoffs after 12 years. That's not winning one playoff game. It can get real. It can get real.
It can get a little finicky. Yeah,
it's a little finicky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't having one playoff game, bro. I can't even.
All right, you can go ahead and read that, cuz.
If Florida State quarterback don't get hurt, Florida State wins the championship. Nobody would have been able to match up with Keon Coleman, 6'4", 220, 440. Johnny Wilson, 6'7", 237. I like that. They would have child abuse quarterbacks. I hear you. Florida State was a great football team this year. Too bad they lost their quarterback. I mean, that shit happens. I agree with you. They're one of my preseason picks. Them and Georgia, so I lost both. But Michigan plays football the right way, right? Smash mouth football, in your mouth football. Florida State had a lot of athletes, so
yeah. The thing is, I look at Keon Coleman, and I see his skill set. He's a really, really good player, man. And I would. You say what he running? You say who ran the 4.40? Keon Coleman ran the 4.40.
But as for what round is he projected?
He ran the 4.40. I ain't know if I ain't catch that. I
ain't think they ran the wide receivers yet. I thought that was tomorrow. That might not be official.
Johnny Wilson, yeah. I'm not sure, but the thing is with me, with Keon Coleman, I don't think he had 1,000-yard season throughout his career, but I do he is one of those touchdown monsters, and he's cousins with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if you knew that or not, Rob, but he is cousins with CeeDee Lamb, and usually when you got cousins and stuff like that, I'm sure CeeDee Lamb's going to vouch for him, but my guy is Brian Thomas. You know what I'm saying? I think that, with Brian Thomas, his type of skill set, what he can be able to do, I can put it on right now, man. Let me just go ahead and put it on right now. It's crazy, when you think about, the wide receiver position, and a lot of people have had so many questions about who we're going to bring in. But when I think about a guy like Brian Thomas, this guy, you can utilize this guy in the slot. You can utilize him on the outside. He's one of those 50-50 ball catchers. And I'm probably going to end up doing a full JC breakdown on him. But just being one of the guys in LSU and going out there and making a difference. And he was one of the guys that had over 1,100 yards and 17 touchdowns this past season. That's the big thing right there, guys. I want to see production. I don't want to have guys coming in here that only had 7 or 800 yard seasons. If we're going to pick a wide receiver that early in the draft, I want to make sure we get the trenches right. But when you see guys like Brian Thomas, I think that this guy can truly make a difference because you can be able to utilize this guy all over the field, Rob.
Yo, you see that inside route that he just ran?
Inside. You see that?
That was beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful. Look, there's a lot of wide receivers I like actually, but I don't like wide receivers for this team. You know what I'm saying? Unless we cut Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup, right? The draft really depends all on what we do on free agency, right? So if you want to go back to that cut screen.
Yeah, let's finish this up.
Brian Thomas is a good football player, man. He's tall, he's fast, great, run after the catch, good route running, good hands.
Good route running.
Yeah. You put him opposite CD, man, you're dangerous.
Yeah, big time. That's why I say, man, with me, I just feel as though that, if they it matters with the trenches though, guys. I'm not going to be out here trying to say, oh yeah, I want to go get a skill position player when I know that we need to get better on the offensive line. We need to get better at the tackle position, possibly the center position, the defensive line. not the 3 technique, but 1 technique. Linebacker position is so much talent that's out there right now. If they're talking about, let me see if I can go here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me go to my man real quick. I don't know if you guys can be able to hear this, but we can be able to continue on after this. But this really caught my attention. Let me see.
What's kind of the idea of what y'all were looking for in that front 7 too?
As we begin this process, it's a little different scheme. We're looking for big athletic football players, but finding guys that fit kind of the little nuances that Zim has. So it's been great for us is to spend time with the coaches and hear them talk to players and communicate so we can get a better feel for what that is as well.
What was that biggest shift whenever Zim came in as far as a draft perspective strategy goes?
I think we're probably going to look more so at those bigger bodies on the inside, stopping that, and then we're always looking for linebackers. That's a position that, in free agency and in the draft that we're going to have to look at because we want to add more players there.
Hey, look, bingo. I wish I had I wish I had the air horn right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, that's music to our ears, man. I love to hear things like that. And whenever they start talking that type of language, when they start talking about the defensive tackle position, they start talking about the linebacker position. If they address this, once we get into free agency, then we can start talking about wide receivers and all that extra stuff that y'all want to talk about. That's why that message from Will McClay made me think like, okay, these guys might be ready for that action. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, bring in, more guys out there, you know what I'm saying, get things going.
All that extra stuff. Get all that extra stuff out of my face, man. Hey, look, listen. All I was trying to say about the cuts and the extensions and the reconstructions of contracts is that the possibilities are there for us to create $69 million in cap space. Anywhere between like 69 and 82, right? Depending on how you're looking at the cap, because it's not exactly set yet, but it's right. It's gonna be right around that 255. Spot tracking over the cap have us at 2 different cap figures, right? But that'll all get settled here in the next 2 weeks, right? All I'm saying, so like we can do things like restructure Dak, extend Zach Martin, extend CD, cut Michael Gallup. I'm on the fence with Brandon Cook. I like Brandon Cook. He caught 8 touchdowns for me last year. We're the number 1 offense in the league. Like, I don't know what.
Hey, look, 8 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns. That's why I say, like, I know that people, but bruh, people have had questions about the separation and stuff like that. But I watch all 22, bruh. I am so committed to all 22 because it's the best engaged. It's king of content. You know what I'm saying? So I watch it all the time. And a lot of times I saw this guy has been going off. Like, you can get better there. You can always get better, but I'm just not going to sit there and just throw salt on a guy like Brandon Cooks because I just think that, he can just be an added piece. But, only thing that threw me off is just the $8 million, that you can say by, letting him go. But
then what are you going to do with the $8 million? You're gonna have to replace it. Are you gonna replace it with a wide receiver, or a rookie wide receiver? Or are you trying to go?
See, the thing is, like, if you're looking into the draft and you seeing, let's go here real quick, because I do want to talk about the formal interviews that they had. I mean, when you're talking about guys like Brian Thomas that we just showed, then you got guys like Adonai Mitchell, you got Troy Franklin, you got Keon Coleman. So it's a lot of names that they got. Javon Baker as well. So there's a ton of names when we're talking about the wide receiver position. And you got to think about it, Rob. Like, if you do this right, when it comes down to the draft, you can go out there and find your Puka Nakulas. You can go out there and find your, what's the dude's name? Eastside's boy, Tank Dell. You can find those guys, but you just got to do it right. And keep in mind, though, Rob, like, they're saying that this is the most stacked wide receiver class since 2015. So it's a lot of players. That's why I say that if you can get the trenches right, if you see somebody that's there in the trenches early in the draft, you have to go get them. But at the same time, if you do right in free agency, you could go get a wide receiver. Just make sure you're on top of it.
Right. No, I completely agree. And that list points out that, like, wide receiver is a need that they are looking at solving, right? So even though we might be happy with Brandon Cooks, Jerry and them ain't happy. And they're looking to replace Michael Gallup, and they might not believe in Jalen Tolbert, right? So
Jalen Tolbert. Hey, look, that's so funny about Jalen Tolbert, bro. Like, hey, your analysis on Jalen Tolbert. I thought that he was going to really take that next step. He didn't really have the opportunities like that, but a lot of people gave you a hard time for that. You know what I mean? But he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't really do much this year, and now they're talking about wide receivers. That's real.
Hey, it's okay. I don't hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to inform the people, right?
Yeah. Everybody doesn't always agree. That's the thing.
And of course, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it fun.
But
right?
One thing that's so fun about this is we're not going to always agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's the good thing about Cowboys Nation. Everybody has their thoughts. Like when you're in the war room, everybody ain't thinking the same. You know what I'm saying? Like people pounding the table for other players. But, I was one of the guys that I thought that Jalen Tolbert was going to step up this year. But, seeing what Brandon Cooks did this past year, Michael Gallup didn't really do much. I wanted to see more from a number 3, you know what I'm saying, for the entire offense.
So, yeah, I'm with Iceberg Slim. I could wait till the 3rd or like a day 3 pick at wide receiver, right? Big body, fast guy. We'll teach him the game, right?
Yeah,
we have offense ain't the problem, right? It's the run game, it's the defense, right? So they're talking about culture the other day, JC, right? Mm-hmm. They're talking about culture, right? Do you think Cowboys have a culture problem?
Here we go with the culture thing again.
Right. Do you think they have a culture problem?
Man, it's crazy. So what's your definition of culture? What's your mindset on
my mindset on culture is you can't tell me a 12-win program doesn't have culture, right? That's a winning program. That's culture, right? I've been watching football since 1991, right? So I grew up in an era where smash mouth football, running the football. Oh, what's up, sis?
I was like, let me say hi.
What's up, girl?
Hello.
It was good, Jazz.
What's up, y'all? Happy New Year.
Hey, it's so crazy because I was just talking to Jasmine. We in March now, bro.
March already, bro. Spring's right around.
That's why I say it's so beautiful because y'all already know me. Y'all know what I'm about to do with these Cowboys all 22s. Y'all know I'm about to strike with some free agents.
Oh,
I'm about to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always something to do.
And we're gonna talk free agency here in a little bit. But my definition of culture, right? My definition of culture is one time I saw this interview, right? It was right after Troy Aikman and Emmett and Michael pretty much left. And it was like the Giants. I think it was the year the Giants won the Super Bowl against the Ravens, right? They were interviewing homie, right? And they're like, "Yo, what's this game about to be like when you face Dallas this week?" And I thought he was gonna say something like, "He's gonna talk some shit." He's like, "Oh, play Dallas, they suck. We're gonna roll them over, whatever." He was like, "No, when we play Dallas, I know it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be punching your mouth, right? Like you better bring your big boy pants. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a battle, like in the trenches. Like they're gonna run the football and they're going to stop the run." That's what Dallas says. That's what they won 3 championships, right? I know it's all about the triplets. I know it's all about the glitz and glamour in Dallas. It's about the glitz and glamour because that comes with Super Bowl championships. But to do that,
bro, you know what I forgot to do, bro? I forgot to bring that pick that picture up that you sent me, talking about like the culture and with Kansas City Chiefs, like what they graded out as from the NFL PA, bro. I forgot to do that. Like, bro, yeah, please, bro, please. I think I can put it on here, bro. That's just so crazy that you did that.
Yeah. So like the thing about our culture is, right, we win 12 games. Just wrap it up. Like it's smash mouth football. That's running the football and stopping the run. That's culture to me. That's how you play football to me. Not 6,000 yards passing. That's not culture to me, right? Like
I don't know if I can be able to do it, bro, because I'm on TikTok, but we can explain it though. Like pretty much what they were talking about is the NFL Player Association. They graded out like everything that was going on in the facility of the Kansas City Chiefs, and pretty much they were talking about like food. They gave food like a D grade. They gave the weight room like a B. Then it was like other things that they gave as far as like the.
So I got it right here, right?
Okay, read it off, bro. Read it off.
It was like Chiefs NFL PA report card, right? Treatment of families, D+. Food, C-. New nutritionist, F. Locker room, F. Training room, D. Training staff, F. Weight room, C+. Strength coaches, C+. Team travel, D. Head coach, A+.
Just a head coach A+.
I mean, Andy Reid's that dude. He's that guy.
But look, it's so
ownership F-.
Because they probably can't stand them because they do everything right. See, the thing is, and I'm gonna tell you, all right, so let's pivot real quick. With the Dallas Cowboys, almost everything on that list that you named, bro, when I went down to Texas to Frisco, is an A+. A+.
It's too sweet in Dallas, bro. It's too sweet.
It's sweet, bro. It's sweet, bro.
It's
you know
sweet.
What I'm saying? That's why I say that, culture, it's a different way that you gotta look at culture and little things like that. They're not going to do the bright lights and stuff like that. Like, man, I just think that, some of the guys that's on our roster right now, they can still be able to thrive in the bright lights, but I don't think everybody on that team is built for it, bro.
It's not built for it, man. Like Kansas City just does it. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but I'm gonna say they're doing it on purpose, just for my sake of conversation, right?
Because they focused on winning, bro. They're not focused on bright lights.
They're not focused on on how good your hot tub is. Yo, you're a millionaire. Get your own nutritionist. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta grind for this out here. We're not just gonna give everything to you, right? If you want to travel for your families, welcome up to A class, brother. I ain't stopping you, right? But I ain't paying for it, right? Shit's not sweet in here, right? You got to earn your keep in Kansas City, right? Hey,
right.
And four Super Bowl appearances in 5 years later. I mean, whatever. I'll do it.
Hey, shout out to John Jones. What's good? Shout out to my man Matt Batten. What's going on, man? What's good? What is good, man? All right, my man Iceberg Slim said JC wide receiver has evolved so much that they have taken leaps and bounds. Where are you picking at 24? One will be there, hard to pass up on. I know, bro. I know it's going to be hard to be able to pass up on those guys, Iceberg. But I know, and it's crazy because once we get into the draft and we get close to the draft and we get close to them damn receivers, guys that can be able to make a difference as far as the skill position players, and we know that these guys are within reach, that's when we start wanting these guys. But we all know in the bottom of our hearts, bro, that the trenches, they have to fix it. I'm not saying that they have to do it in the beginning of the draft, but they have to be busy as far as free agency, bro. Defensive line, linebackers. Let's get to it right now. So linebackers, offensive line. We can get into these linebackers. So, hey, Rob, you let me know right now, man. What you think, man? What you think?
Oh, brother. Yo, you're taking the words right out of my mouth. My man. Yo, look, that's exactly what we need to do. Like, until we fix this front seven on defense, right? We probably have to fix the center position on the offensive line, and we have to reestablish the run game, right? With probably another vet in there. Well, look, we can create as much cap space as we want, right? So when I give you my dream front seven, Cowboy Nation, I don't want to hear, "Oh, Rob, we can't do that. That's impossible." I don't want to hear, "Oh man, that's just too hard. We shouldn't be." No. It's probably not going to happen because
we about to probably spin messing with you, cuz
the front seven, bro. So what's your order of most most needed position to least needed position? What's your order?
So the thing is, I feel as though we all know the most needed position right now is the linebacker position. I mean, you want to make sure that you have size. That's why when you're thinking about guys like Mike Zimmer, hearing guys like Will McClay, they're thinking size, defensive line, linebacker position. You want to be able to toughen up there. But when you think about the defensive line as well, you want to be able to bring those big guys in. I did have a guy that they might be looking in. Y'all guys pay attention to this guy right here because he's one of the guys,
brother
Stewart.
Yes.
Hey, bro, I might end up doing a breakdown on him, just a free agent breakdown, just so y'all can see what he can do. But just being able to stop the run, he did have a 6-game suspension for enhancement drugs, so he's pretty much in our alley.
yeah. Going to the steroids, man.
Yeah, he's pretty much in our alley. But the thing is, just being able to be that one technique, you can be able to allow your linebackers to roam and clog things up. He's one of the guys, when he did step out on the field, they were better as far as defense. So guys like Grover Stewart, man, we're going to be breaking down these guys in the interior, but I think that linebacker position and that interior, that's what's going to be very important going forward.
So Matt Batten, I completely agree, right? You can have great linebackers, right? But if they're not being covered up by a good defensive tackle, they're limited. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're limited what they can do. But if you have a great, it's like being a running back. If you have a great offensive line, you're going to hit the holes cleaner, right? Same thing with linebackers, right? Same thing, right? So I love Grover Stewart a lot, right? But somebody I grade right above him is DJ Reader.
DJ Reader,
yeah. He is. I think is the best run stuffing defensive tackle in the league. He's probably going to cost you about $15 million, right? But look, we got it, right? So, DJ Reader. So I'm ranking defensive line and then probably linebacker right after that. But like they're one and the same to me, right? Front seven, it needs restructuring, right? So like I'm all about that. Whether you want to go linebacker first, defensive tackle second, vice versa, doesn't matter.
Hey, what's your thoughts on Leonard Williams? I think he's available too. I mean, he's one of those stout guys. I mean, he's an older guy, but I mean, at this point now, you don't want any of those guys getting comfortable within the interior. As far as guys like Mozzie Smith, if you can bring those guys in rotation, like Mike Zimmer, he likes those big boys, bro.
Right. So Mike Zimmer loves a big defensive line, right? Leonard Williams is too much like OC to me, right? Like I need run stuffing, right? And I think there's just better value.
Are you sure? You said Osa Odigizua?
He reminds me too much of Osa a little bit, right?
I don't know. I think he's a little bit more heavier than him, bro. He a little bit more heavier than him. You know,
you gotta give me his stat line. I guess I could look it up.
Yeah, I need to see, but you know, they probably don't got the biggest stat line. But the thing is, I know that he a little bit more heavier than him. If he's the same size as him, that kind of threw me off. But I just think that, you know, if you can bring in a veteran, that's important. Calais Campbell, I think he might be available. You know, he's an older guy, but, you know, he's always good for the locker room and stuff like that. So we'll definitely see. Let's see. Shout out to Iceberg. He said, I want Jackson Powers Johnson. Bro, that's my guy. Y'all already know how I feel about Jackson Powers Johnson. I just think that, you know, when you think about a guy like him at that center position, playing, that reminds me of Travis Frederick, you know, because it's going to make a better Zach Martin. It's going to make a better Tyler Smith. When you can be able to have that anchor, it changes everything. And that's when you start seeing us being able to get down to the second level. And that's how you can be able to open up the whole offense, bro. So that's why I say if he is there, I also like guys like Zach Frazier too as well. He's another one of those guys. Very, very stout player inside. He can climb to the second level. He does have a history of being a four-star wrestler. And you know how big I am when it comes down to wrestling, gaining leverage and doing things like that. So we'll see, you know, as far as the center position.
So Leonard Williams is only 291.
291. I know.
6'5", 291.
I know Osa Odigizua ain't no 291, is he? No, he ain't. He ain't no 291. He probably about 260.
No.
270. No, he about 275. He's about 275. I don't think he know two. Oh yeah, he's like 275.
6'2", 280.
Like 280, yeah.
So upgrade, yes, you're absolutely right. So upgrade in size, right? Probably upgrade in player, but also upgrade in money, which I think Osa does a great job, right? My thing is correcting the one technique, and so I'm gonna go Reader, Stewart, Hankins, and then hopefully Mozzie gains some weight. I need two out of those four guys. Now, I can't have Reader and Stewart, right? But give me Reader and Mozzie, right? Because Mozzie's not getting cut or anything, right? Like if he gains that weight back that he lost, right? Which is crazy that Dan Quinn may lose all that weight, but
yeah,
Zim hopefully rectifies that and brings that weight back, right? So if you have Mozzie as a solid backup, still learning the game, whatever, hopefully he gets back into like his number one status. I like DJ Reader a lot, and he's only 15 mil.
Yeah, and what I did, that's why I say these defensive tackles. That's why I say it's going to be wide open when it comes down to all of these guys. But you know, when you're looking at the draft, when you're seeing guys like McKinley Jackson, and shout out to Ed Cooper too. You see him on the left side. I'm definitely going to be doing a full breakdown when it comes down to him. But when you're thinking about a guy like Jackson, let me go to his breakdown real quick. You want to break? Go ahead and break them down, bro. Go ahead and break them down.
No. My question to you is like, how many guys?
Let me break him down real quick. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So the thing is, man, because I'm letting it run right now. But when you think about guys like McKinley Jackson, just like he's saying, like Grover Stewart, and you're thinking about Leonard Williams. I mean, we need big boys when it comes down to that interior. And just like what we've been talking about with the edge rushers or the quarterback position, wide receiver position, just bring in guys. And I think when you see a guy like him being 6'1", he is a little bit on the shorter side, Rob, as far as a defensive tackle. You usually want your defensive tackles a little bit bigger than that. But having in 12 games, having 5.5 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble, and he was a 4-star recruit coming out. I think that this guy can really be good for us. You can be able to utilize this guy. He won't, pad the stats as far as, once he gets to an NFL team, but being able to clog things up, I think that he can be able to allow guys to roam. Just like Ed Cooper, he was one of those guys that was really making a difference with him being in that interior. So we'll see. But I think that, with him, he has like a 3rd or 4th round grade on him, bro.
Yeah, no, I think he's like 6'2", 330 as well, something like that. Big body.
I think he 326, 30, 6'1", 326.
So he's a little short, but we can deal with that. I like his size, right? I don't like how he's looking to kind of use his speed to get around blockers. I need him engaging, hitting that blocker in the mouth and creating a pile. That's what I want my one technique to do. Right? That's what DJ Reader and Grover Stewart and Sweat out of Texas, they're great at doing that, right? Like he's doing a lot of he's doing a lot of jumping around, and he's kind of like standing straight up. Like his quickness is fantastic.
Yeah,
right?
but you do know that, like, when it comes down to that one technique position, when it comes down to that nose tackle position, it ain't gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna always look pretty. But if this guy can be able to get in the way, Rob, that's what matters.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not gonna pad stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm showing the highlights. One thing about my channel, right? I don't just show you the good plays. I gotta show you the bad plays as well.
Which is great.
Yeah, bro, I'm not going to be one of those youth content creators, and I'm just going to sit up here and just show good plays. We've been losing for a very, very long time. So I also want to show y'all the good plays, but I do want to show y'all the bad plays, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just overly hyping these guys.
And don't make it sound like I don't make it sound like just because it's picking them apart here a little bit. Like, you're showing me the bad plays, so I was like, I want to comment on that, right? Because we have to keep it real, right?
We gotta keep it real, dog. Yeah, straight up. Just like with Graham Barton. Like, I like Graham Barton, but I love his aggression. He could possibly play that center position and that guard position, but we do have questions about his hand usage. We have questions about him being late as far as reacting. So
right. So let's bring it back to the front seven. How much money or how many players would you like to bring back in the front seven, or would you like to bring in new in the front seven? Excuse me.
You said how many people do I want to bring back in the front seven?
How many? Like, what's your front seven? What's your front seven day 1, 2024?
Nigga, I don't know. I don't know yet, because here's the thing.
What positions are you going after? Who do you think needs to be replaced?
If it were me,
yeah. If it were you, what's your dream scenario?
My dream scenario is trying to bring in guys like Bobby Wagner, or if you can bring in a guy like Patrick Queen. I really like this player, bro. Like, I mean, this is one of the guys that's really, really good at stopping the run as well as coverage. I mean, this guy can really make a difference for this type of team. And the good thing is, I think that he is one of the players that can be able to play in Mike Zimmer's type of scheme, where they do a lot of bluff blitzing. They do a lot of double A gaps. They stand in between the A gaps and they're pressing. Next thing you know, they might be blitzing or they're dropping in coverage. I love to see that from this type of player. I am working on a breakdown from him because we get in the free agency. So usually this is when things like blow up and stuff like that when it comes down to free agency. So I just want to show you guys what this guy can be able to do. But I think that his type of athleticism, I know he might cost a little bit, but at the same time, just like you said, Rob, if we got all this money, everything is wide open, bro. Everything is wide open. Go bring in dogs.
Would you rather take Patrick Queen at $18 million or Bobby Wags at like $6 million?
I mean, bruh, if you know that Patrick Queen is going to be your linebacker for years to come, if you know that this guy, I mean, if he checks off the box as far as his stats, if he checks off the box as far as on and off the field, is he available? Can he be able to stop the run? Can he be able to cover? What is his background? What could this guy be able to do in Mike Zimmer's defense? It's huge. If he's that good, you pay that man. We're not paying no linebackers. I mean, Micah Parsons, but we're not even sure what we're going to do with Micah Parsons right now. But at the same time, when you see guys like Bobby Wagner, I get it, bro. He's an older player, but he's really good at stopping the run.
Right. And I think Bobby Wags can still play, man. I think he can still play. Okay, so we talked about the one technique. We talked a little bit about linebacker.
Chat box, let me know what y'all think about Patrick Queen too.
What are your thoughts now on defensive end?
I mean, hey, you can't never have enough pass rushing, bro. That's why, guys like Darius Robertson is in fold. Just like you just told me, you said that possibly you never know. The thing is about the NFL is always unpredictable. It might be a cut that might end up happening this year that we might not be aware of, right. But Rob, you're speaking on guys like DeMarcus Lawrence. You never know. That's why we're, right. When you see guys like Foots and the rest of those guys that create content, they're talking about guys like Darius Robinson from Mizzou. And he's another one of those good players that I really like. He's like another DeMarcus Lawrence, but really young and stout.
So no, I'm only asking you just to be like, because we want to put this money somewhere, right? We can't put it everywhere. We can't give everybody every dime, right? So it's like for me, right? My front seven is I want Sam Williams starting in one defensive end, and we're gonna talk about Micah Parsons, right? Where we're gonna put him. This is my standard 4-3 defense. Stop the run, 1st and 10, beginning of the season next year. First play of the year, 4-3. Sam Williams, DJ Reader, Osa. Danielle Hunter. That's my guy.
Danielle Hunter.
That's my guy. Right. So that's $15 and $18 million right there on the defensive line. That's almost $31 million right there, right? That's a lot.
So you wouldn't bring in no linebacker like early.
I just did the defensive line. I just stopped there for a second.
Okay, gotcha.
So now my 3 linebackers, right? If the tight end's on this side, that's the strong side. The opposite side of that is going to be my weak side linebacker, which is going to be Micah Parsons. I first of all believe Micah Parsons could be the new age Derrick Brooks, right? Derrick Brooks was the Hall of Famer of Hall of Famers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? He's probably the most high profile player ever, right? So weak side linebacker for Micah Parsons. He's 6'3", he's 255. He runs a 4.3. You want this dude chasing down running backs, right? Chasing down ball carriers, right? We've gotten so enamored with Micah Parsons getting after the quarterback. We forget that other people carry the ball too. And we want to put Micah Parsons in the best position to see ball, hit ball, right? He's the fastest to do it, right? Like he's so good because of his closing speed. So you don't want to have Micah Parsons going up against left tackles all day, every day, right? On third down, you A gap, B gap, C gap, outside, put him wherever, right? You're gonna have that flexibility, right? But if you put him at the weak side linebacker, I think it's really gonna help us with our run defense, right? And then that middle linebacker, you bring in a cheap option, Bobby Wags. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's experienced. He can still play. He has a lot left in the tank, right? Middle linebacker. Then strong side linebacker, there's a guy. Alzir Aziz, something like that.
Yeah.
He's out of Carolina.
Right?
He's had a great year this year. I think he's like 6'2", 230, right? Someone like him, maybe that's where you're. What's your thoughts on guys like Peyton Wilson, bro? Because this dude ran a 4.4. He ran a 4.
Peyton Wilson. He just got out, Rich. 4.44, the full Moses Malone.
Yeah, 155.10.
What's his weight looking like?
I think he about 230-ish, like 230. Dude is fast, bro. He can move, but the strong
side linebacker, I want to be versatile and I want to be
But here's the thing about him, though, Rob. Like, he gets injured. He's gotten injured a lot throughout his career. So I'm not sure if that guy's LVE 2.0. But that's why I say, like, all the people that you naming right now, I'm just wondering if if there's a rookie linebacker that you got in your mind.
Yeah. So Edgerrin Cooper, that'd be a good spot for him, right? We're gonna do so much draft talk over the next couple months, but like, if you bring in a vet though, like an Algier or a Levante David or like a Devin White. Well, Devin White's gonna be probably too expensive if you bring in a Danielle Hunter and a DJ Reader. But
yeah,
if you bring in if you bring another vet for that strong side linebacker,
they got to spend somewhere, bro.
Yeah, if you bring another vet, you can now draft accordingly. You can draft correctly in the draft. So.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts when it comes down to a guy like Junior Colson? Because I know that he had a formal interview with the Dallas Cowboys, and I actually really, really like the guy. I think that, you can be able to use this guy in the pass game. There are questions as far as like him getting it sucked into blocks and things like that, but I think that with his type of skill set, you can be able to utilize this guy all over the field. And I think you can pick him in like the third or fourth round. I think he will be available, but I do love this guy's story coming out of Haiti. He was an adopted kid. And this guy, the first team that he ever saw playing was a Michigan hat that his brother wore, his adopted brother wore. And I just think that, like, with his energy and everything that this guy's playing for, I think that this guy can truly be a special one, bro. But I know there's questions about him, and I know you got your questions about the guy, but I think that he's going to be a good one.
Yeah, he's good, man. He has good downhill presence, right? He's physical, right? Yeah, that's good.
My bad. I don't even know how to. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? He's a big dude. He's not small, right? He's linebacker size, right? He can cover. Love that. The only thing about him is his bad eyes, but
you think he got bad eyes?
Just a little bit from what I've seen, like his negative plays. Like I did my own.
Because my thing is, bro, when you can be able to lead the Michigan Wolverines in tackles the last 2 years, bro, that means a lot.
It does, right? So even if he does have bad eyes, his athleticism is getting him there. Like his instincts are getting to where he needs to be, right? He has good coverage ability.
Yeah, I like the back pedal. I like the slide. And, that play right here, this play right here is classic. This is classic combine right here. Oh, let me go back to it. Let me see. I don't know.
Little side shuttle hop.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, right here. You see, that's classic combine right there. Opening your hips, just moving your legs and stuff like that. These are little things that we got to pay attention to when it comes down to coverage and just being able to have fluid hips and stuff.
Right. So, yeah, no, I like him as a good linebacker, right? So yeah, that third starting linebacker, that might be your rookie, right? That could be your Edgerrin Cooper. That could be your junior coaching, your Peyton Hillis, right? Mm-hmm. You might bring in don't forget, man, we got Overshown coming back. We still got DeMonte Clark, right? Those are good backups for me in my year to win a championship, right?
Clark.
If you bring in a guy like a Wagner or Levante David, you're bringing in Super Bowl experience, Hall of Fame pedigrees, right? You need to teach these young boys how to play football, right? How to win championships.
Hey, my thing is, like, even if you do bring in another linebacker, like let's say guys like Bobby Wagner, and then guys like DeMone Clark got to take the back seat. That's not always a bad thing, bro. If you're a second linebacker, if you're a third linebacker on the team, we all know that special teams is a very, very important thing when it comes down to the game of football. So, just like I said, man, if these guys ain't getting it right, and the things that I saw on tape with DeMone Clark from last year, it was some mental mistakes that he was having. So a lot of these guys got to be held accountable. Marquise Bell, he's not big enough. But at the same time, I still think that you can utilize guys like Marquise Bell. Don't get me wrong, because I think that he's a big-time playmaker, but you want to make sure that you put this guy in the right position, bro. Playing this guy at that linebacker position, that's food when it comes down to linemen. Like, you know what I'm saying? They went into that game, Green Bay, bro. They knew exactly, just like Jordan Love said, they knew exactly what we were doing. So when you see these offensive linemen and they know that we got linebackers that's 215 pounds, 220 pounds, they know that they're going to eat. if you don't have the proper defensive tackles, if those guys are not clogging things up, and you're allowing the offensive lineman to get to the second level, that's when you get in trouble and those guys get washed out of plays.
Jordan Love was like, "Yo, their linebacker's 205 pounds. Let's run the ball that way." That's what he said. He's like, "Yo, we should probably run the ball over there. You see how small that guy is?"
Yeah.
But like, yo,
the good thing is, like, I'm just happy. And I'm happy that we're aware of this. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is just not caught in delusion like, oh, we just lost the game. We know that there's a lot of work that we got to do to be able to get better.
And that's important, JC, man. Like, it's important that Dallas right now, like, the first reports are like they're meeting with all front seven people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's probably one of like their biggest concentrations, right? They're going to meet the wide receivers, but they know what's up, man. And like, hopefully they bring in some free agents. Like, I'll be happy with bringing in one defensive lineman and a linebacker, right? But you can't just go do nothing. You can't do nothing.
Yeah. That's why I say, man, like with the free agents, it's going to be very, very important. I'm excited this year, man, to see how it all plays out with the free agents. But even that and the draft as well, like I really don't know which way they're going to go. But we're going to have a big picture on the way that they're going to move as far as the draft once we get to free agency and see who these guys are going to bring in. But when you hear guys like Will McClay, he's talking about bringing in bigger linebackers, bigger defensive tackles. That means that we got to have an open mind. Like we got to know that it's not sweet for Mozzie, Captain Rob. It's not sweet. Like you want to be able to bring in better players. And I think that, you know, if these guys can be able to do that, I don't think this team is far, bro. I really don't. That's just me. I don't think. Of
course we're not far. We're 3 straight years of 12-5. Like, we're not far at all. But so if you had your choice of one person you could bring in on defense to change the game the most, who are you bringing in? Your Danielle Hunters, your DJ Readers, your linebacker, your Patrick.
Chris Jones.
So I love Patrick Queen a lot.
Chris Jones.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I think he's just a little too expensive.
Yeah, too expensive. But thinking about the linebacker position, I'm thinking about guys like Patrick Queen. That's the guy that I'm thinking.
That's your favorite. Right.
Yeah.
I like Patrick Queen a lot, and he has been linked to us, right? Probably as like the number one linebacker. He's probably gonna be the number one linebacker money, right? And there's other guys out there, but for me, it's probably Danielle Hunter. I want that Nick Bosa body on my side of he's a relentless pass rusher, man. He has 16.5 sacks last year. He's 6'4", 270, where Jamarcus Lawrence is 3 sacks a year, and he's 6'1", 250.
6'1", 250. Hey, bro, and that's a shocker that he's that size. I didn't even know he was that light.
He plays bigger, right? I think we all agree there. He plays bigger, right?
Yeah.
Danielle Hunter, man, 6'4", 275. That's Nick Bosa.
Yeah. Well, my thing is with me, man, like not only that, but Dave was talking about the running back position as well. And another one of the guys, Braylon Allen. Make sure you guys tap into that breakdown if y'all haven't seen it. I really like this player. I like what he can be able to do, just being that bulldozer. And he kind of reminds me of like a poor man's Derrick Henry. He has that type of skill set. Like whenever he can be able to get in between the tackles, he's very, very physical. But when he does get, out there on the perimeter with the defenders, he's not really the east and west type of running back, and he does have issues with fumbles. I did break that down. He did have a few fumbles. He does have issues as far as being a pass blocker, but I think that, technique, he can be able to get things going. But I do like his physicality though, bro. But if you're bringing in a guy like him, I would like for them to be able to bring in a guy that can be able to catch the ball, and do certain little things that he can't do as well. So I think a tandem would be good with a guy like Braylon Allen.
So are you bringing in? All right, so we addressed the defensive side, so offensive side now, right? Are you bringing in? Who's your free agent running back of choice, right? We've all talked about Derrick Henry. We've all talked about Saquon.
That's what I would love to bring Derrick Henry in this type of offense, bro. Because everything that we got, Derrick Henry has never played with a good quarterback, like that. Right. And then you look at the offensive line. You look at everything pretty much. The wide receivers, I mean, he has played with some good wide receivers, but I just think that with what he can be able to do with our offense, it just opens everything up for Dak. Not only good things for Derrick Henry, but it will just make Dak that much better of a player with play action, defenses biting, and little things like that, man. I just, with him, that's a big time deal. Saquon too, bro. I think that if he can stay healthy, that'll be fine.
Would you bring in like a tandem free agent crew?
Man, I ain't bringing in no tandem, bro. I'm not bringing in two old guys. I know your thoughts. Well,
maybe not
thoughts on it, but
yeah, maybe not necessarily old, but like a Derrick Henry and maybe like a Tony Pollard back or a Swift back. Because I think Pollard's a good back.
I mean, I bang with Tony Pollard, man, but I don't know, man. I just want different kind of. Me personally, I just want a different kind of energy back there.
I hear you.
Yeah,
So Chad, let me ask you this. So my thing for running backs, right? So like, I would like to spend $15 million on 2 running backs, right, and then draft a.
And who's the 2 running backs, bro?
Derrick Henry and Swift. Derrick Henry and like a Zach Moss type. Like kind of like a smaller, faster guy. Derrick Henry and Tony Pollard. I think that's a great tandem, right? Someone fast though, right? And then go draft like either a Braden Allen if I like that type.
Me personally, I will do if I do Derrick Henry. Then you can give me Derrick Henry and a guy like Ray Davis. Hey, bro, this guy Ray Davis is a very, very good player, bro. He has spin the block. I think he went to Vanderbilt, a few colleges coming out, and but the thing is with him having over 1,100 yards, he can be able to catch the ball, run in between the tackles. Not the biggest guy. I think that he's one of the guys that you can be able to pair with him. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? My favorite running back in this draft is my guy Jonathan Brooks. I know that this guy's injured. I know that this guy has been going through his injury from TCU in November, but he is the most complete back that I have seen on all 22. And usually with me, bro, I think that you could probably pick him up in the 2nd or 3rd round. He could be available. But the thing is with him, whenever you look at running backs and you see that these guys are not making no mistakes, I look for mistakes, bro. I be thirsty. I be thirsting to see what they doing so I can show y'all what they cutting up and doing. Not just showing the good things. So this guy literally, the way that he either blocked, ran in between the tackles, catching in the perimeter, catching the ball, just getting out in space, juking. This guy had it. Now, I know that this guy's going through that knee injury, Rob, and sometimes it takes some time. We'll see how it all plays out. But I feel as though that, like, with his type of skill set, what he has shown on all 22, he's the most cleanest running back in this draft that's coming out.
Right. So, like, if you bring in a guy like him with the injury concern, right, it might be good to have 2 running backs ahead of him that are vets, right?
Yeah.
That could be nice, right?
With it.
For me, it's all about just depth, bro. Like having as many weapons as you possibly can. Because number 4 needs them, bro.
Yeah, he need them, bro. And it's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing.
No, it's a great thing, man. It's a great thing, right? Not everybody's Patrick Mahomes, right? And even Patrick Mahomes has weapons. Isaiah Pacheco is a weapon. He's a 3-down great running back. Travis Kelce's a weapon, right?
And what round did they get Pacheco?
Man, the 7th.
What round did Austin Eckler go? Undrafted. What round did Kyron Williams go?
Well, like 4th, 5th?
4th? Bro,
yeah.
You can find talent all throughout the draft as far as
Tony Pollard, 4th.
Tony Pollard's 4th. DeMarco Murray, 2nd.
King Henry,
Barber, 4th.
King Henry, 2nd round.
You can find talent as long as you get the offensive line right. That's why, shout out to Iceberg. Shout out to everybody that's talking about the trenches when you talk about guys like Jackson Powers Johnson and all the rest of those guys in the trenches, just getting that right. If you can solidify that, it changes everything. You don't have to go get the best wide receiver because, look, this is one thing, guys. Usually those teams that have the best wide receivers, they're playing at home, bro. I mean, they're at home watching. They're home watching. So you want to make sure you build it inside out. Yes, you want to have those toys. You want to have the tight end. You want to have the wide receivers. But make sure you build the trenches. If you can't build the trenches, you're going to fall into trouble once we get into the playoffs. Because those playoffs teams going to have the trenches right.
So, segue on the offensive line, right? What's your thoughts on Tyron Smith? Bring him back?
I'm bringing him back.
I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing him back.
Yeah, you have to, bro. Like, that's just – if he still wants to play, but don't – keep it the same type of flow that we had last year. Just don't allow him to play or practice throughout the year because his body's so damn banged up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
and don't insult him too by trying to get him some cheap ass contract, right?
Yeah,
he's in the spot of his life right now where he's played for you guys for so long. He has his money, but then now he's worried about his health, right? So now you have to kind of make it okay for him to come back. Like, yo, bro, we're gonna give you $10 million if you come back, right? But if it's only $7, if it's $7, I'll be like, yeah, you know what, I'm good. Like, we're not winning nothing anyway.
yeah. Hey, shout out to Iceberg Slim. He said, I also like the running back out of Kentucky. He looked very good. Yeah, big time, bro. Big time. He's picked up numbers. Like, he's one of those sneaky ones, though, Iceberg. Just like how Tony Pollard was coming out of the 4th round, I think that you can be able to pick that guy up in the 3rd through 5th round, 4th through 5th round, 4th through 6th round, something like, well, not 6th round, but 3rd through 5th round, that you can be able to sneak him, and he can be a productive player. So I think that he's one of those sneaky guys, and he was a formal interview too, bro. Let me go here real quick. Hold on, I think I already been, but I think it was. Let me get my man. So it was Trey Benson, Ray Davis. I'm probably gonna end up doing a breakdown on Audric Estime. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then Braylon Allen at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So we got some talent though, but it shows, bro, that they are really looking at the running back position, and I don't think that Tony Pollard's gonna be back.
I don't think he's gonna be back either.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, right?
Make sure y'all smash that like button too, bro.
Yeah, we got to that. I was thinking about that the other day.
Hey, look, we got to beat this algorithm, man. It ain't been no super chats, but it's all good, though. We don't go live like that, but it's all good, though. You know we do all 22s. Make sure y'all show me love, man. You already know what it is, man. We don't go live too much, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all most definitely. All right, go ahead, Rob.
No, I feel you. I was gonna say we never say that enough. Definitely hit the share, subscribe, like button.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, man.
We just start talking about football and we lose our minds and shit.
Hey, bro, look, I be gaining all these subscribers, but the algorithm. Maybe I don't go live every day. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they might not alert people. Sometimes.
Hey, they need to see more of us, right?
But what they'll do? They'll catch the replay though. The replay, right. Replay value. Yeah,
appreciate that. All right, so let's go here, JC. Doesn't matter what the player is, right? But say I just address my need of defensive tackle, I address my need of defensive end, I bring in 2 linebackers. Doesn't matter what the value, whoever you want to bring in, and I bring in 2 running backs, right? 4 people on defense, 2 running backs, and 6 people, right? So I've addressed all those positions in my book, right? Where do we go in the draft? What's your most important position? What's your you got your front 7 kind of you redid your front 7. You brought back Tyron Smith. You got your 2 running backs. Where you going next?
It's wide open. Then that's when we start talking about this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's Jackson when we start talking about this guy and what my man Iceberg say, Keon Coleman, all the rest of the wide receivers that you're seeing, like, is wide open. If you go out there and do your job and go do the trenches, then you can go get your pretty boy players. You know what I'm saying? And that's just going to make us better and allow us to take that next step. That's why I just think that, with the coaching staff and everything that's about to happen throughout this offseason, I think that we're going to line ourselves up. Usually with Dallas, bro, they try to pick up additions so they can keep it wide open when we get to the draft. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this year, that's what they're going to do, bro.
Right. So first round comes by, and Jackson Powers Johnson and Thomas are there. Who are you picking?
You said after everything that we did, if we addressed what? if we address
so the point of this
hey,
whole
yo, you
show,
trying to put me in the corner, bro?
Nah, I know who you're gonna say.
Who I'm gonna say?
Jackson Powers Johnson.
Hey, who y'all? Hey, chat box. Y'all let me know, cause look, y'all let me know, chat box right now. Jackson Powers Johnson, Brian Thomas Jr. And that's with what all the additions that we do throughout the offseason and stuff like that, minus the center position. If we don't address the center position, if the center position is wide open, it's gonna be hard as hell for me to pass up on Jackson Powers Johnson, bro. It's gonna be hard for me to do that, bro. Absolutely. Because I just know what this is going to do for the whole entire offense. A lot of those wide receivers that's playing in the NFL, bro, those guys are sitting at home, bro, watching the better teams. Right. So that's why I say if we're not straight with the offensive line, get it right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, bro. No, I agree. I would go with JPJ too. And it's like, especially in free agency, there's like the second best center is the one that we're losing, right? So you can't address center through free agency. There are some wide receivers that are going to hit the market in free agency, but I think they're all going to be a little bit pricey, probably right over range, right? Maybe the most we go get a Calvin Ridley if he kind of came to us cheap.
Is he, bro? He's available. Like
I just saw the other.
Hey, look, I was Maurice ain't saying nothing about that.
Oh man, he been real quiet. Yeah. Bro, I saw it the other day and I was like, yo, Calvin really could be nice on the squad, especially 2 years after 2 years removed from missing football for a year. Right? Yeah, I think he's gonna get a lot better. I'm surprised Jacksonville's not picked. He didn't really. I don't really think they liked him like that last year. Like he didn't do what they thought he was gonna do. Right? Yeah. So
shout out to Leroy. First time seeing you, man. What's going on, Leroy Hook fan? What's good, bro? He said Brian Thomas is a stud. He definitely is. But I mean, there's other guys that y'all got to look out for too, bro. I think that this year we're going to be I think that this could be kind of like how we did with Michigan last year when we got 2 Michigan players. It might be sneaky with Texas. Keep in mind, because I mean, you're thinking about the running back position. I know people have questions about Jonathan Brooks, and I get you. But then you think about the wide receivers with Adonai, and then you got Xavier Worthy, right, at the wide receiver position. Then you got Byron Murphy, who's one of my favorite players in this draft, as well as guys like Tavondre Sweat. So this could be a situation, guys, that I think that is set up that it could be 2 Texas players that's picked by the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm just saying, just remember that I said this. I could be totally wrong, but at the same time, I just think that the way that the draft is and the way that these guys are slotted for wide receivers, 1 techniques, you got 3 techniques, you got running backs that you can possibly pick in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round. It might end up being 2 Texas players being picked, bro.
So if Jackson Powers Johnson's there and Thomas is there and Byron Murphy's there, who are you picking?
Say it again.
Byron Murphy, JPJ, or Brian Thomas?
Hey, what you doing to me right now, bro? What you doing to me right now, bro? What you doing, son? Hey, so what you doing, son? I have, like, bro, I don't think that all those guys, I don't think that Byron Murphy and JPJ is going to be available. One of those guys could possibly be available, but
I think they'll all be within range where we can possibly go trade out.
But listen, I have on my board, because I'm gonna end up doing like my little big board, you know what I'm saying? But right. I think that Byron Murphy, what he can be able to do for a defense is just as good as what JPJ can be able to do for offense. And my thing is, I think that there's a lot of good centers in this draft, but I don't think there's a lot of good 3 techniques in this draft. So that's why with Byron Murphy, being a player that can be able to get after the pass rusher, or get after the passer, interior pressure is everything. Me personally, I know that y'all might think that this guy's undersized, but bro, we've been playing football for a very long time, and I just know dog mentality. Every single play, this guy never lets up, bro. And this is the type of guy that'll go out there and wreck games. So I just remember, I think that he'll be one of the guys. The same guy, same thing that I thought about the other dude, Cansey from last year. You know what I'm saying? I think that he can be one of those.
Who mopped out.
Yeah, but he
was real undersized. Byron Murphy's still a big boy.
Yeah, he's big.
Did you see Byron Murphy run yesterday?
Yeah.
He looked real smooth with the dog.
Hey, but did you see T'Vondre Sweat run though? He looked I think he tested like one of the worst in like since 1987. I'm like, damn, bro, that's when I was born, bro. I'm like, bro, it's been a long time, bro.
Yo, his 10-yard split was one of the best for a man his size, though.
For T'Vondre Sweat.
Yes, his 10-yard split was real nice.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's great to hear. But
it was average. It was average amongst defensive tackles, but it was great for a man his size. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing with Byron Murphy, man, I love Byron Murphy a lot, but like again, it's all going to come down to doing the right thing in free agency, right? If I address free agency, I'm just going to go pick best player available at 24, or I'm going to trade down, right? I'm going to trade down.
Chat box, what are y'all doing? Are y'all picking best player available, regardless of position? But we're going to have a different kind of conversation when it comes down to free agency. That's why I say we don't even know what these guys are going to do in free agency. But what's y'all mindset? Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Would you pick up a wide receiver in free agency?
They're saying that this is the best wide receiver group in 2015 since 2015. Why should I?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why should I? If Will McClay is about that action, if Will McClay knows what he's doing, like we all know that he knows what he's doing, then you can go out there and go get yourself a wide receiver within the 3rd round, the 4th round. I believe in Will McClay. I trust his analysis. I trust his mindset. And I mean, these guys, I mean, you see this stuff on tape. The good thing is, being able to watch college all 22. Not everybody got college all 22, so I get to watch this all the time and just see what these guys are doing. Not just fast in normal motion, but in slow motion. And you can see, these guys getting out of their breaks, the spatial awareness, doing little things. Can they play in the slot? Can they play on the outside? So it's going to be good, bro. I think that they can be able to find a good guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't pick up a guy in the 1st or 2nd round.
Yeah. But it's really going to come down. So even before free agency, it's going to come down to what we do with all these contracts, the restructuring, the cuts, the extensions, right? If we really do let go of Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks, then wide receiver becomes a huge need, right?
That's a huge, That's a huge need. Right? Huge need. Maybe,
I don't think you could just go solve that with one pick in the draft. And remember, we're missing 2-3 picks, right?
Yes. Yeah. The 4th, the 5th.
I feel like this might be a crazy free agency coming up, man, for us. Like, I kind of like a deep feeling like, or we might go make like a splash trade somewhere or something like that. I feel like, I feel like we're gonna make some moves. Like, because if you let go of both, if you let go of your 2nd and your 3rd wide receiver, that means you're gonna have a lot of money to spend, and you better go spend it somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Go give me Patrick Queen, Danielle Hunter, and DJ Reader. That's $45 million right there.
Hey, shout out to Freight Train. Hey, Freight Train, I ain't seen you in it, bro. I don't know where my people at, man. Maybe because maybe my algorithm just geeking, man. Hey, Rob, man. YouTube is a funny thing, bro. Hey, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You can be gaining so many subscribers, and then you go live. They're not even notifying you that you're live, bro. Like, bro, YouTube getting on my nerves, bro. But I'm trying to keep it pushing, bro. I'm trying.
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
I think YouTube would miss me if I was gone. You know what I'm saying? They gotta see what I got going, man. But God, on me, bro.
I didn't see the notification come up on my phone either.
It's crazy, son. It's crazy. Hey, shout out to Iceberg. He said, "Yes, I'm with you 1,000%. Hell, any one of these wide receivers will be an upgrade. Brian Thomas Jr. come on through the door. Most second corners will not be able to stop him. He's a cyborg. Yeah, big time, bro. That's why I feel too, bro. He definitely is one of those guys, bro. Like when you got a guy like CeeDee Lamb that you can be able to utilize all over the field, and you can be able to utilize guys like Brian Thomas all over the field, it's just going to be harder for defenses. So that's why I say that, if this team can be aggressive once we get into free agency, iceberg. We're going to know a lot about this team when we get to free agency, bro. We're going to know if they're about that action. If they don't make no moves, they still got the same mindset. You gotta go get guys to get better. Not saying that the players that we got are mops and the guys that can't be difference makers, but they need guys to go out there to get things going. You know what I'm saying? It's huge. It's huge, bro. It's huge.
Yo, so Jerry Jones just popped up on my feed real quick.
What do you say, God? What do you say, God? What do you say? Hold on. Let me go to
breaking news, dog. Breaking news.
Hold on. What do you say, God? What do you say, God?
Breaking news. So, Cowboys will be heavily involved in the top end of the upcoming free agent market. But Jones offered an explanation on what all-in means, right? This is what you were referring to earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, we just have in mind the team that's going on the field this year, Jones said. And we all know that every team in the league has limitations as far as what they can do with the cap and where they are in the draft and where they are with their free agents, who they can use and who they can use the franchise tag on. You only have one, all those kind of things. My point is that we can be better. Dak Prescott can play better than he has maybe. We can argue one of the best years he's ever had in his career, but the good news is I'm convinced that he can play better, and I'm convinced that we can do things better all the way around, and so we're all in. What does that mean to you?
I mean, son,
I like how he called out his quarterback.
Call out everybody, bruh. Like, it's just not just him, Micah, DeMarcus Lawrence, all of these guys, bro. Like, Jerry Jones is about 83 years old now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point now, he'll say anything. I never got your thoughts about Jimmy Johnson being an advisor for the Cowboys, bro. What's your thoughts on that? Because that they're saying that he's an advisor now. I don't know how big, if that's really true.
Yeah.
Or like,
so I read a whole article on that, and it was really kind of irresponsible reporting by the person who put it out. Jimmy Johnson is just in Jerry Jones' circle of trust, right?
Oh Lord! Oh,
but it could be in the same thing technically.
He's like the Fockers. Remember that movie? What's that movie?
Right?
What's the name of that movie, bro?
Meet the Focker or Meet the Parents, right?
Yeah, he's in the circle of trust, man.
He's in the circle of trust, right? He's in the circle of trust, right? Where he was out here for a long time, but now he's back in.
He's back in. Bro, he's been out for years, bro.
Decade, bro. I didn't think he ever get back in the joint. Like, come on, bro.
We was young as shit, bro.
Yeah. But that's a good thing though. Like Jimmy Johnson's a smart dude, right? So,
Hey, shout out to Ron Lowney. First time saying you was good, bro. He said Jerry needs a scapegoat, man.
No, but in what Jerry just said too, I think he kind of actually called the front office out too. He said we can all get better. Like we all there's gonna be limitations on what we could do, which I think he's kind of already making excuses there a little bit too.
Yeah.
But hey, man, this is the year, man. I think
this is it, bro.
Even he knows this is it. Because after this, everything changes again, right?
That's why I say, man, to wrap this live stream up, man, this has been a very, very good live stream, man. We didn't hit on all the points. We didn't talk about the Cowboys as far as Dak Prescott. We didn't talk about all of these prospects. Y'all already know that's what we do, man. It's funny because I do have some subscribers that's subscribe to my channel because I do breakdowns on college players. But once this is over with and we pick our Dallas Cowboys people, it's all Cowboys, bro. I love y'all. I love everybody that, subscribe. I appreciate y'all so much for all the, NFL draft coverage and stuff like that. But once it's time for us to be able to pick our players, we get our guys, we locking in.
Locking in, baby.
We locking in. It's a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? But this was definitely a good one, Rob. You already know.
Yeah, no, man, as always. And it's only gonna get more interesting week by week because by next week, we're gonna be 5 days out from free agency, and we're really gonna know what the final decision is on Dak Prescott. What we did with Tyrod Smith, right? What we did with Zach Martin's extension, right? Things like that. What we're doing with Leighton Vander Esch. Is he going to retire? Is he not? What's popping? You know what I mean?
I think he done, bro.
I think he needs to be done.
Bro.
You can't be playing with your neck like that, bro.
Bro, that's why I have my questions about guys like Peyton Wilson. I know that that guy is super talented, bro. But I'm like, I start thinking about like, you know, everything that we've been through as far as the Dallas Cowboys and, you know, LVE and the quarterback getting older, defensive ends getting older, and a lot of these 1-year deals. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I want to get a guy that's healthy. I want to get a guy that's put up a lot of stats coming out of college. Not saying that this guy Peyton Wilson is going to be a bad player. I think I got him on here. I don't think that this guy is going to be a bad player that's coming out. But the thing is, I would want to bring in a guy that you're confident with. You know, a guy that you know that can be on the field. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of these players, a lot of these prospects that got that have a ton of ability. You remember the guy? Remember Byron Jones coming out? Remember that? And he was very athletic. Then you got John Ross running a 4.1 or 4.2. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not always about what they can do at the NFL Combine. Can these guys stay healthy? What do their stats look like? Can they be consistent, man? That's what it's all about.
Right. I agree, man. Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Hey, look, man. So y'all tap in with us, man. Y'all already know. We'll be back on probably sometime, I guess, you know, early next week or something like that, man. Or I'll probably tap in with you guys and see what's going on. But this was a good show, man. JC Cowboys Network, me and Captain Rob. Y'all already know what it is. All right, y'all. Gone. Doing good, man.